Hi, I'm Ben Messenger for Waste Management World magazine. We're here at the RWM show in Birmingham. I'm with Paul James from Ramboll. Paul, I understand you've been doing some work looking at the problems of deploying waste-to-energy solutions in the UK. I'm wondering if you could expand on that at all?
I think one of the issues that we've been looking at is whether the plants that are being developed, how robust they'll be into the future. And I think there's a lot of good work being done with developing good quality plants for the UK market, particularly some very exciting engineering and architecture that's been happening. I think one of the things that I'm interested in is whether the European lessons are fully learned in the UK, and sometimes I think we don't fully see that.
And how do you think we could learn from the European experience, possibly countries like Denmark, where there's a very high uptake of waste to energy?
I think the main things is about looking at the efficiencies of the plants that we deliver. Particularly, I think there's a policy framework that's required to be strengthened in order to allow better energy efficiency to be achieved, particularly helping the people developing plants to be able to link up and supply district heating to local communities. There are other issues to do with the emissions control systems that we use. We're putting in some excellent systems in the UK, but we have to be mindful of what may happen with legislation in the future and look at that as well.
And how do you see the legislation possibly moving in the future?
Well, I think it's notable that there's a review of the best available techniques work that's going to happen in probably around 5 to 6 years' time. There are a lot of people in the industry who will be looking at that, trying to understand how that's going to play out. I believe that may lead to a tightening of some emission levels. Plant specifications being developed now need to take that into account, so that the plants don't have to have significant expenditure in 5 to 10 years' time.
And how does this tie in at all with the R1 formula? Does that affect the UK plants in a major way?
Yeah, the R1 formula itself is increasingly being used to set a benchmark for energy efficiency. I think through the implementation of good boiler design, it's possible to meet the R1 system, and I think a lot of people are going to be able to do that. I think what will clearly help achieving energy efficiency, greater energy efficiency in the future, will be looking well beyond R1 and that will involve how we ensure that we exploit the heat value of waste as well as recovering electricity.
And that will involve building new heat distribution networks within towns and cities. Is that something that you see happening in the imminent future, or possibly more mid-term?
I think that they are long-term projects. They require investment. They require planning. I think we need a system that's going to encourage that infrastructure that's much stronger than what we have at the moment. I think it's wrong in a way to have an expectation that energy from waste plants will foot the bill for providing this huge infrastructure investment. But certainly we need a sort of strategic energy view to implement more heat systems so that all sorts of combustion plants, power plants, energy from waste plants can link into that and get the best energy efficiency that they can out of the fuels that they're using, whatever they are.
Absolutely. Paul, thanks for your time. It's been fascinating.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.